If you've ever put your heart and soul into something only for it not to get the recognition or attention that you thought it deserved or that you were hoping for, you know how discouraging that can feel. That was the case with two authors who published their debut novels to little acclaim and low sales, only for them to then have a sudden turn of fate and suddenly become #1 bestsellers. How did this happen? And what can we learn from these authors? I'm going to give you the full rundown on these inspiring stories. So if you're feeling down about whatever creative project you're working on, hopefully this gives you a little boost of encouragement and motivation. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a professional book editor, and on my channel, we talk about the book publishing industry and how to become a better writer. So if any of that interests you, I would love to have you join this amazing community. Before we dive in, it would mean a lot to me if you hit that thumbs up button. It really does help out my channel. Thank you so much. The first story I want to talk about today is Lloyd Devereaux Richards. Now, he is a thriller author and had published his novel, Stone Maidens, but never really got many sales. So then, a decade later, his daughter made a TikTok talking about his work on the book and how it never really got a lot of attention, and hoped that maybe she would get a few more sales for him. Well, the TikTok got more than 56 million views, and people flooded Lloyd with support and actually went and purchased Stone Maidens. Today, the book has more than 7,000 reviews on Amazon with a 4.4 average star rating and more than 8,000 reviews on Goodreads with a 3.8 star average rating. Pretty good. And the book skyrocketed to become a #1 Amazon bestseller. Now, since this amazing turn of events, Lloyd has become somewhat of a TikTok figure. His daughter continues to post videos of him talking about how happy and gracious he is for all of the support he received. And exciting news, on August 1st, he actually published his sequel to Stone Maidens with William Morrow, which is an imprint of HarperCollins. Pretty inspiring, right? Before we dive into my next story, I wanted to let you know about a free resource I have for my YouTube community. It's called my Story Self-Assessment Worksheet, and you can download it for free in the link in the description below. It's a fun, simple quiz designed to help you take your story to the next level and help you see areas you can improve in your current draft. Downloading that will also sign you up for my newsletter, where I interview publishing industry insiders and successfully published authors. They're giving some amazing tips that I don't want you to miss out on. If you want to go straight to the newsletter, the link is in the description. Let's go into the second example of an author who was ready to give up, but then became a bestseller. This is Sean Warner. Now, Sean was sitting at a table in a Kroger in Fort Worth, Texas, with stacked copies of his books, hoping to sell some and sign them for the reader. While he was there, no one was coming over to the table, so two strangers approached him and began asking him about his book, which is a YA murder mystery. One of the men was a TikToker who filmed their interaction, and he said that Sean looked super defeated, and that seeing him all alone made him reflect on moments where he worked super hard for something and then didn't get any recognition for it. This video got more than 20 million views, and like with Lloyd, it skyrocketed Sean's sales. So his debut novel went to a #1 Amazon bestseller. And now it has nearly 4,000 reviews on Amazon with a 4.7 star rating and more than 2,000 reviews on Goodreads with an average 4.4 star rating. So amazing success there as well. So what can we take away from these two similar stories of sudden success? The most obvious takeaway is the power of the internet and virality. Specifically, TikTok is the platform in which both of these authors found success. While TikTok obviously played a big role in both of these stories, I don't think that what we're reacting to is really specific to TikTok. I think both stories reflect the general human desire to extend empathy and support each other in our endeavors. In both of these cases, people were recognizing that someone was putting themselves out there and working hard on their art, and people wanted to support that. They recognized that writing a book is no easy feat, and they wanted to give them that recognition. Specifically, Lloyd's story shows us that even sleeper books that are published to little noise and have a very quiet release can actually find a new life even a decade later, which is incredible. And in this case, it really reignited his career. Now he has a second book out with a major publishing house. And Sean's story reminds us that even if no one signs up to your book signing or maybe your play or whatever it is that you're doing, that doesn't mean that your project is doomed or that it wasn't worth creating that story. It reminded me of a Twitter thread that went viral recently where a ton of best-selling, high-profile authors were talking about how they had book events where no one showed up. So even if someone isn't immediately there when you are putting yourself out there physically, that doesn't mean that you won't find your audience, right? It's also super notable that both authors are older. Lloyd is 75 and Sean is 58. So that goes to show there is truly no age limit to pursuing your passion, even for the very first time. Both of these authors were debut authors. Age does not limit your success. Ultimately, I think the moral of both of these stories can come down to never give up. I hope this video gave you some inspiration to keep pursuing your dreams no matter what hardships or obstacles you're facing right now. Even if you aren't getting the attention or recognition that you hope your project will eventually get, that doesn't mean you shouldn't continue to do it. Let me know in the comments if you saw either of these viral TikToks and what you think of these stories and if they gave you any inspiration. If you want to share what you're working on, let us know. I'd love to hear what projects you have in the works. If you liked this video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button to let me know that you liked it. It really means a lot to me. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget your free story self-assessment worksheet and my newsletter link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching and happy writing.